All right, live. Only Sicko knows how to do the intro. Live. That's just how I do it, bro. That's how I do it.
Yeah, man, it works for me, dog.
Yeah. So we'll wait till a few people come in. Yeah. So I'm gonna be doing this on Mondays.
Oh, dope. That's perfect, man. That's a good time.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do the comic book stuff with Sicko.
Cool.
So we're gonna do that long form review type content.
Yeah.
But this will be this, dude. I can't get away from doing this. You know what I mean?
For sure. 100%, man.
Not drama in the sense that maybe talk about drama, but not like I was doing it before. You know what I mean? Calling people out, shit like that. I'm gonna kick back on all that.
That's cool.
We got 3. I'm gonna wait a little bit more people come in.
Yeah, man.
If they do, if not, we'll get started.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you play to me. I do the comic book shit and hit my head, bro. So to me, you play a pivotal part. You know what I mean?
Oh, dope. All right.
Because I don't. Well, I will just go and then I'll repeat if I have to. Yeah, because I don't think I'm doing YouTube, bro. If it's not for you, honestly, because for real, bro. Because of the Renovision situation, right?
Yeah.
I was in that bubble with these guys. I didn't know who was really watching. Didn't have any communication.
Yeah.
With anybody outside of that.
100.
Outside of Renovision, I think me and you follow each other going all the way back to the Flip Side when Flip Side was popping, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we go back in Instagram a long way as far as the books that you were finding, you were selling, or vice versa.
Yeah, right? Man. I mean, I feel like I kind of like I think I followed you not on the recommendation, but I saw you on some stuff, and like it wasn't really like not to fluff you or whatever, but like for real. I didn't follow you so much. Like your content was like good, like as far as the comic book stuff, but I just kind of liked your personality, and I was like, man, this guy's cool. He just seems like it just seems like a good dude, and so that's really the main reason I followed you. I want to say,
okay.
I mean? So yeah,
because I think it was through.
And there's so many different universes,
bro.
Right?
Yeah. If I remember, bro, I remember it was through the live chats. Like it was like
sure.
like Doc Joe, like Joe.
Doc Joe, yep.
Doc Joe, Yee before he was on Flip Side. So like yeah. So
yeah.
Again, bro, because when that happened, I figured, whatever. And then you reached out, and I was like, okay, I'm not really of a speculator. I'm more of a like a comic book hunter, maybe.
Yeah.
If that, I don't really put a name on how I do, how I collect, how I hunt, but more or less. But I still, regardless, I feel that if I don't get that break from you, bro, I probably just, I don't know how it would have happened. And I say that to say, well, did you know? Because at that time I didn't know until I think might have been Biggie Shaq told me about how Brian had put me in a drama.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that for the long.
That's so funny, dude.
I did it. I didn't know.
Yeah.
And when I found out, I called Brian. I was like, oh, bro, thanks.
Yeah.
It's true to Brian. He's like, well, you're welcome, but I did it more as to as a shot to them. I go, regardless, thank you.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I'll go to we were doing our which you're still doing, right? Want to tell us about the content you're doing now?
Yeah, man. I mean, like we were doing that live show every Sunday, and there was I don't know if people care or like wonder. There wasn't really like a reason like negatively why we stopped doing the show. I think it was just, I think it's just kind of an overall, like just the people that I'm in contact with or just talk about comics with, like it was just kind of getting boring. And I felt like I was repeating the same stuff over and over again. And I mean, I still would watch like Brian's show on Wednesdays here and there, and Stein's top 10, even the CBSI stuff. I mean, I just watched it just like whatever, but it just seemed like the same shit over and over again. And I'm not talking like, I'm not trying to like stir up drama or anything like that. It just was getting boring to me. And my best friend, Pickles,
shout out to Pickles.
To Pickles. Yeah. We were both just kind of getting bored of the show. And, I think there was nothing against like Fedora at all. But Sundays were just kind of a tough day. And like I'm always in respect of people's time. And I knew Fedora, he's got a kid. He works like 2 jobs, right?
And
his only free day was Sunday. And I just felt that like, man, like I don't want to take away like I mean, your 1 free days on a Sunday, and you're
Mhm.
you know you're spending it with us, which was like awesome. But if I'm not there like 100%, like I just can't do it, and it just felt more like a chore.
Mhm.
And it was, and like I think priorities and stuff like that. Like I got busy at work, like I was
Yeah.
telling you earlier.
Yeah,
Like I
you
mean,
were. You were. Even back then, I remember you're saying
yeah, yeah,
work is getting more hectic and hectic, and
yeah,
you were contemplating on stopping the show at that
yeah,
time.
yeah,
And I remember, and I was like, "Damn, bro, okay."
yeah,
And I kind of agree with you because
hmm,
we watched the same content. I think we're from the same bubble, the same
yeah,
multiverse.
yeah,
And you're right. Everybody does the market reports. Everybody
yeah,
talks about the modern era in comics is being covered in a pocket
hmm,
that they do it well.
yeah,
And that's McClay, that's Longshort, that's Mercenite, that's all that bubble. Even
hmm,
Flipside still do that.
hmm,
And if you go back to back then, our time, well, I say that our bubble, right? Like Mighty Mel, you had your Ultra Maximus, um, excuse me, Gary Nusser,
yeah, Gary, dude,
the
yeah,
comic deceptive,
yeah, he was great,
uh,
man.
right, and the cast, like the squad that is on it's Drunken Chat,
Hmm,
right? So you had a bunch of that type of content. So I always understood, even back then, what
yeah,
you were going through, because I was like, okay, I get it. Same variants, the market straight, the bubble popped. You know
hmm,
what I mean? And things
yeah.
change, right?
Yeah. And I think it's okay for bubbles to pop, quote unquote, right? Because it kind of
Yeah,
brings everyone back into like the median. And what I guess like I still do like my Tuesday, Monday, like
yeah,
comic
yeah.
book market reports. I do video game market report every week, delve into magazines as well. And those are just more than I guess like those passion projects, if you will. And
Yeah.
I think the one thing I do miss about the lives for sure is like the chats, man. The chats are cool. I mean,
Mhm.
kicking it with you, like I
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
miss
yeah.
that. I
Yeah,
even
yeah.
say like with Pickles, he's probably not watching because he's a little bitch. But anyway,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
kidding. He's my best friend, so I could say shit like that to him. But
Mhm.
it was cool because he kind of lives a little bit further away from me, and so it was kind of like our checkup, like kind of like that. Hey
Mm.
bro, how you doing? Like that. I knew he was always good every Sunday. Nowadays, I don't see him as often on live or whatever. So
Right.
I do kind of miss that element of it. But I would say this though, that's I think at least of like being observing from not doing as much live and stuff. I feel like the market reports or the Mercenaut stuff, the Ben's top 10, it's more informative versus speculative, if that makes sense.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm
for
saying?
but
So
I always felt it was always that.
yeah.
Like, see,
I just think it's more of a transition more to
oh,
like
and to
this is
okay.
the prices now. Oh, I found this like cool. This is interesting because
Yes.
whatever. And I would even go on a limb that like the past few shows I've seen with Comic Tom, for example, he's not very speculative anymore. He's very cautious about putting out
Right.
the content saying like this and that. And um I think I think the market's changed as well. Like you're not
Yeah.
seeing the and we kind of went, and this is kind of why I stopped doing the live show too, is like
Right.
you'd have a movie come out, that character comes
Mm.
out, and the whole like a trailer comes out, that's when you sell the book, right? That was like our thing. I would say
Yes.
ours because you were on that
Yes.
show too, right?
Yes. Yes. And I agreed
Yeah.
that strategy
Yeah.
in selling.
Now it's kind of weird, right? Like the Thunderbolts came out, Century One hasn't like popped, but it hasn't
Mhm.
dropped either. So I think everything's just kind of, I wouldn't say consolidating, but like the 99% of the shit that people were speculating on isn't as prevalent as used to be.
Mhm.
The oddest thing I've seen is Invincible. I don't know what the hell. Like that
But
show
still,
ended like 4 months ago, dude. And like I think it just has to do with like I had the last issue, I bought it for like $17 and a near mint copy the other day went for $150. There is no new news coming out, no
yeah.
new whatever. It's crazy. What up, Brad? Anyway, that's just something I've seen consistently, right? And I think,
Yeah.
and this is just my bias, right? This is what I see, but I think people are like they're more collecting. I think, and I also think, I'm kind of going off a tangent here, but
No,
like
no, go ahead, bro. Cook. Go
I
ahead.
would say, right, like I come from investments, like I'm a money dude, right? So my the best investments, quote unquote, I've ever seen are in markets that I don't really have like I don't have a lot of knowledge from. And what I mean by that is younger kids. So like your teeny boppers, your your college kids or whatever. And a lot of so I got a lot, like my wife's Hispanic.
Yeah,
She has
yeah.
like 42 different nieces and nephews,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Obviously.
I'm just like the weird uncle that goes like, "Hey, what are you guys into?" You know what's crazy, man?
Oh,
College
yeah.
kid, right? College
Yeah,
kid
yeah,
and a
yeah.
high school kid. So they're like,
Yeah.
16 to like 19 years old.
Yeah.
They're loving absolute fucking Batman.
Really?
Absolute, all the absolute shit. They love it.
Really?
And they're like, I never read comic books before. And I was like, how did you find out about it? Read it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
good. I have them. I think I've read
Yeah.
issue 1 of Batman, and I haven't read any of it. Dude, I haven't read books since. No, I can't see. I've been behind. I got like damn near a long box now. How far I'm behind on my books.
Wow.
But I agree with you 100%.
Mhm.
Well, see, here's the thing. During the bubble,
Yeah.
and I've seen a lot of like videos by many content creators, even like the Daniel Sons of the world, who kind of shit on all that. And I always felt that it's because they did the biggest mistake you could have done in that time was buy major books in that time.
Sure. Yeah.
So all the content that we were a part of, watched, and then took part of,
Mhm.
I saw what they put on the top 10, and I went to go hunt it. Like if your Instagram was similar to mine's, and the reason why I know the Sonic books, Kreider, James.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Right,
Good
James
dude, yeah.
Kreider, yeah,
Yep.
good dude. Like the Instagram, even the Joe's Dueling, like was still on Renovision. Shout out to him. That type of books. So what I saw, I went to go find.
Mhm.
Right, and I would try to anticipate, use that own strategy with the MCU movies to find those books, maybe before they would spike, and then sell them. Like I never like bought a big key in the bubble. The only key that I got was NYX, and that was later.
Yeah.
Like I think later, like at our time, which it
Mhm.
was, things were starting to settle down drastically.
Sure. Yeah.
So I think a lot of people, one of the biggest mistakes, they bought in that bubble instead of seeing that. Well, specifically those that saw the content and thought that that's how you were supposed to collect and invest. And dude, it went bad because me and you, when we were doing the content, when I was doing it with you, we would troll Black Panther 3.
Big time, man. That's my
Big
favorite
time.
troll of all time,
Dude,
man. Yeah.
That 1 in 25 is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And I remember when I went to my LCS, and there it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jim, I'll take that. $35. Cleared 350 after eBay fees on that book. And where's that book at now? Right.
I mean, I posted it on my last market report. It was like $2.99.98. I wouldn't pay $55 for that piece of shit, man.
No,
like,
and that's the 1 in 25.
That's the 125. Yep.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I just keep an eye on it just to like, to
troll?
see, you know.
Oh my god. Well, I remember Swordmaster. That's another example.
Man, yeah. I love Swordmaster to this day. And I think
yeah.
I mean, I don't think I ever paid a ton for any of those books, but I definitely bought multiples of. It was my favorite hunt because I found all the rare books like going up I-5 north and south during the pandemic time.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, I-5 up here in Washington, not in Cali, of course.
No. I get it. Yeah.
But like, I actually, that was a pure. I don't care about the spec. I paid probably more than I should have for some of those books, but that's one of the books where I don't know. I personally like don't feel that it's I just love the story so much. It reminded me so much of like just what I liked when I was a kid and what I liked when I was and it had kind of connotations to like old anime I used to like, the OG animes and stuff.
Yeah,
that's why I liked it so much. And what's up, TM Nerdy? Good to see you. Good to see you. But Swordmaster, man. Like,
dude, I remember finding a 1 in 100 in a $5 box, bro, or 1 in 50.
Those are the great ones, man.
Yeah. That was the time, bro. I'll never, dude. sometimes I want to go digging and I don't, not just because I work a lot and my kids.
Yeah.
And so, and I wonder, will I find shit out there? Is there still shit
Mm-hmm.
to find in the wild?
Yeah.
You know, I think with the amount of stores in the Chicago area with the half price books and that other store, I always forget the name of it. I think
Mm-hmm.
there's still stuff out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean that was a good time, man.
Yeah.
I just get irked when people say they complain about buying in that market or how influencers ruin
Mm-hmm.
shit. Well, you just took the wrong advice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would also say this just to like, I always hate this, and because I work in a very regulated industry, right? People would say like there should, you should regulate comic books and collectibles and video games and all this stuff. There is not enough money to have a regulatory government entity to regulate fucking cardboard and paper and plastic. I'm sorry. It's just, you just have to be able to think about what you buy in. And
Yeah.
the other thing I really hate, and people said this on my show, so like apologies if you said it, but I've heard the like buy what you love thing as kind of excuse of like, oh, I fucked up. Like, no, you don't like
You
buy what you
fucked up.
love,
Yeah.
buy what you love,
Yeah.
right? But like, you can't buy everything that you love, right? You don't love everything that you buy. I mean, is what I'm trying to say. Like,
Right.
So,
No, yeah. No,
yeah.
When was that time? I think it was right. I was still on Renovision.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, bro, I fucked up on buying some 1 in 100 art germs.
Yeah.
They completely, there was no secondary, there was no profit to be made
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
on 1 in 100s. And the only thing that really saved me was because of the way I was getting them. I was getting 1 in 50s and 1 in 25s, all the way down to 1 in 10s if they had them.
Yeah.
So lucky in some of that, I sold those and made some back.
Mm-hmm.
So when I did sell a 100, I was basically breaking even.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which reminds me, bro. I got my first my first what is it, 1099K from eBay.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, "Fuck, what the fuck, dude?" Like,
Yeah.
and so my mom was retired CPA. She was like, "Oh, mijo, I got to do Illinois, Indiana." She goes, "Nah, my brother-in-law does them," and he was like, "Oh, dude, I think that you're gonna have to like for this time figure it out." So I figured it out.
Yeah.
I followed somebody and got all that taken care of. Actually, made like a $900, which in reality is, I see it. I think I probably broke even. If anything, I was in the red because I'm pretty sure I overspent somehow.
Yeah.
Right. So,
I told a lot of people that would reach out to me just through like Instagram or just like just friends that I knew maybe bought in 2022, and they're like, I'm sending all this like paper. What do I do? Do I hold it? And I go, open up an LLC, register your license and sell it at a loss.
Yes.
That was my best advice to people.
Absolutely.
Present company included, man. Like, because like, like with investments, right?
Yeah.
And this is why I started a YouTube channel, because it was a quote unquote investment, right? Your paper losses, you can turn into realized losses and have it go and decrease the income on your taxes. That was the smartest thing that people could have done last year and the year before, if they were just like, what am I going to do with all this money? Because like, and here's the other thing too, and this is from personal experience, not so much with comic books, but from like investments, right?
Yeah.
You have to be real with yourself. You know what I mean? Like Black Panther 3. If you still are holding on to that book because you think that, Tosin's going to come and be the new Black Panther, that's like holding on to a penny stock that you bought for 10 cents and now it's a penny. And it's going to go back to 10. Why? There's no, the reason you bought that comic book is no longer. And there's nothing that's going to push it back up.
No.
Take the loss, put that money into Invincible, second to last issue, because there's only 10,000 print run on it. Grade it for a 9.8 and sell it for 300. Like that is the best advice. Or get that $200 for it, because that's the current market price for a 9.8 of that 1 in 25 piece of shit. And buy a fucking 9.8 Young Avengers #1 for $1.25 or $1.50.
Yeah, dude, that was man. Hey, man, people did it with look at the The Miles,
Yeah.
what is it? Excuse me, I'm drinking a Monster. Jerkits, the 1 in 25 of.
Yeah.
Now we know, I know. Well, I don't know him, but I've been on content with him. Steve Horn, who sold
Mm-hmm.
the 42,000. I think it was 42,000.
Yeah.
He had like 3 of them, dude.
That's crazy, man.
He had 3, and he sold one for 42 grand. That was the highest.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I think 30s. He might have sold both. I know for a fact the 42,000 was his. Right. And so yeah, dude, like, yeah, I learned, dude. I went to I found the person here across the border in Indiana.
Yeah.
Bro, took care of my shit, taught me how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Said I didn't make enough to write off as a loss.
Okay.
But I cleared what I owed.
Yeah.
So I showed all the proof of what I bought.
Yeah.
Which is Peter pay Paul, baby.
Yeah.
Basically.
And it's like so say like, for example, I know we're just kind of talking about random stuff, but like this is like a money, this is like, I think anyone that's watching this should take this as a money fucking type of advice. If you let's say you bought 10 large worth of comic books, and last year you sold it for 6,000. So you have a $4,000 paper loss you take against your taxes if you're able to do that, right? Get with the CPA or whatever.
Yeah.
And then take that $6,000 that you have in cash, and if you're able to reinvest it into like an Invincible #1 and 98, or a couple UF4 98s that are going for $1,000, that's not a bad idea to be if you want to get back into that speculation game, or just get that one really rare book that's going to appreciate 2 to 3% a year, or ever like 2 or 3 years, and just kind of move on. But the people that hold on to that shit from 2021, 2022, that's in plastic in a box, that should just be, cannon fodder. Right. I don't understand that mentality.
No.
Because like, the power of like money, right? Like and especially just with the equities and everything else, which is why the Discord that we started is still active. You just have to be smarter with that type of stuff, and just take the L. There's more honor in taking the L.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or watch. Don't overextend yourself. I think there was a lot of times where in comics I overextended myself.
Yeah.
I was like always kind of in the red. And so then I said, okay, I curved this out. Stop this. Stop that.
Yeah.
I agree. For me, bro, it's all about the tax bracket I'm in. I know my limits.
Yeah.
Right. And so I know that I can't overextend myself because the boys upstairs and my wife are first and everything else.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? So I take care of that first. But I've been smarter with what I've always been a reader speculator. I heard that from Gary Nusser. And so I've never been one to buy keys and buy to flip. I hunt it to flip, like I said earlier. Right. So that's how that went. And now that the market is settled, I finally got me a 129. Right. That's been the only on a Psylocke second print 96. Right. That's my particular taste. And if I pay out of pocket, bro, I at least flipped halfway to it. Yeah. So it's discipline. I practice discipline now.
Yeah.
So which is hard because I prioritize my family and my mortgage and all that. So I've had money saved up for comics, separate from savings and what I live off, because it's all separate. And I've had to take all that money from comics and put it to whatever else. And so like this time around, I did it well. And I was able to give me 129.
Yeah.
And great. And I still cheaped out and got it on payments, baby. I mean, I don't give a shit, bro. I don't even care. I don't care. They got this thing. Everybody knows what it is. I said, what the fuck? And I saw it and I said, well, shit, I don't have to, whatever. And I go, oh, well, I'll pick, I think it's a 4-month, pay it off. It's done. 0 interest.
Yeah, 0 interest. Like it's like exactly how you're supposed to leverage.
Correct. It's $1,000 book. Do I have $1,000 right now? But after eBay fees and all that. But if I could get it over here with blah blah blah, zero interest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that all day, right off into the sunset. Now, but I did say so first. So I have addictive personality, and I want a 181. So I told myself, okay, George, you can't FOMO yourself, because then this is a disease of comics. I started thinking about what books, the X-Force Psylocke Venomized. I started thinking about 181. Obviously, I started thinking about just any X-23 #1 Delato. I started thinking stupid
book,
shit,
man.
and which I found in a $50 box. But I said, no, George, we're not going to be doing that. You're gonna take your 129, and you're gonna call it for the year.
Yeah,
that's it. And then next year, maybe you could do something for 181 when you have something to put towards it instantly.
Yeah,
and then do the rest that way.
Yeah,
So yeah, man. So good shit, man. See, good conversation, bro.
I got so I don't know if you remember, but Trey,
I was just talking about him in a Discord with Biggie. He is like one of the beginners of CBSI.
He's a founder of CBSI
and Flipside, right?
Not Flipside, but Impressible Defects back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah. You remember Cody, right? He's in a Discord, and
I never figured out the Discord for like I would always, bro.
I plugged you in the Discord, man.
Way back, and then fucking market circumstance sends me, and then all I did was click, and that was it. The other one wanted me to. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm still, I'm a little bit more computer savvy now.
You are like 1000%, man. You are. I mean. You are all over the shits, man. Like,
but I can't
give up with you, man.
I do have the Whisper, so I do have tremendous backup, and assistance, and dudes that have been around for a while and been doing this shit, and helped me out with my crash out, so to speak. So hold on, so now let me see if I can pull this up. Well, I'll say this first. Okay, so let's go. So I was with you, Pickles, and Fedora.
Yeah.
And I had this idea, and I knew that it was risky because I know what your content was, and out of respect for you and respect how you helped me out.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, I got this idea of top 10 comic book beefs.
Yeah.
And you were like, well, okay, I'm drama, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay. And then you said, well, tell me what it is. And I told you. And you said, damn, Darth, I might want to do that. Right. And so whatever, we did it. Right. So we did that. That's like my first official shot at Sticky Goose. When we were doing that, and I tagged, that's how I began a good respectful rapport with Jim Mint, with Journals, Wahoo Comics.
Yeah, Wahoo. Yeah.
Yeah. And
there was a lot of big players in that video, in that show.
And would you agree that we didn't know of, besides Jim Mint, Journals? So we might have not have known of Wahoo, of Immortal Biggie Shack, of Circumstances.
I knew Immortal. I've seen Immortal a few. I mean, I think I subbed to his stuff, but But Circumstances, like I saw, like Circumstances, man. I don't know if he's in the chat, but like
he's probably not. But I'll tell him in the Discord. I make fun of him every day.
He has the best like recap clip video of Comic Tom. On Sticky Goose's, like, whatever. Oh my, and oh man, I commented it on it, and like he replayed it like I think a few months ago, and I was like, I said comment, I'm like, man, this is legit the best like reclip like YouTube short I've ever seen, 1000%, like of anyone I've ever seen, like period. Doesn't matter about comics or whatever. But oh man, he's a funny dude, man. He did that shit dirty.
Yeah, he's been he's a good dude, man. He's been
he seems like a good dude.
He's been a buddy of mine. Like we've been in Discord a lot with him, Biggie, and some others. I jokingly won't name, even though fucking Circumstance already names it. But so we did that, and then in the live chat, Biggie comments saying, "Hey, I took a shot at Sticky Goose." And so I says, really? So then I went to go find his content after.
Yeah.
And that began, but I say that to say that this, I kind of redid it. Let me see if I can, hold on, put this kind of like
Yeah,
this.
I saw that the other day.
Yeah. So I think we would, nobody could see me with the arrow, right? So we would be on the other side of Biggie in the flipper verse. And so it goes, we did that top 10. Man, I should have drink. We did the top 10. I go find Immortal Biggie Shack. Immortal Biggie Shack basically opens up this whole pocket of creators. Now, there's some people that I could put in there, and I might be missing some, but that's how I remember it. So I meet Biggie first, and then I kind of like meet. I had already simultaneously. I was watching Journey interview, Sticky Goose, Journals, Jim Mint, Brian McClay, all that. And Bleeker, I remember Bleeker a lot when I came over with Biggie, because it's like Biggie put me over. Like, you know, in wrestling, when that term, they put you over. So Biggie introduced me to this whole pocket. And then at that time, I got to the Discord and then whatever. But yeah, all these dudes, bro, like I didn't hear of any of these dudes. All I knew was Flipside, Simple Men, Mighty Mill, Long Short, like Nori Nirvana, right?
Those the girls there, yeah.
The girls, Yee, Red Hood, all that type of stuff is what I remember. I didn't know of any of those channels, bro. And then I come over to this side, and I always said that there's more drama on this side, bro, than what we know as. Because would you agree that once Flipside broke up, shattered, went their own way, the drama on, and if you would say our bubble, our multiverse was just really the top 10 incident, right? It was just after that, everybody was watching like the journals, like the acetate gate, right? We had the acetate gate. It's quiet all around. There's those guys going at it with acetate.
You know, the funny thing about the acetate gate thing was like there was like I remember I don't know exactly.
Thorough
was on it, but I don't even know if he was at the con. So this is the funny thing about like sometimes when people claim a type of drama that happens at like a said location, right?
Yeah.
And I remember people were going at like Nerdy Girl and like Comic Tom, but they weren't even at the con.
Right.
So it's like this,
or in line or something like that.
I mean, literally, I think Comic Tom didn't even make it to. I don't know. This is like just from my remembrance, right?
I actually know somebody who was in line for. Excuse me.
And I know, like, but then there was people that were in line that you know were talking about what was going on, right? And then there was like this weird, like, kind of on top of the drama, not so much like the fighting in line for the comic book, but then like the legitimacy of the book was kind of being questioned between like, well, no, this is legit because XYZ, and then other people were like who you just mentioned earlier, that
Thorough
was basically kind of he kind of broke it down as to like whatever. And I think Pickles is watching, man. Fuck you, Pickles. Anyway, he's talking shit to me on text message.
No. What up, Pickles? Yeah.
But the funny thing was, to me, was like, who could you really like trust as far as like their opinions or what they said about the whole thing, right? Because I know people had copies of it and they were, you know, selling it for like 3-4 times. And then they were saying like, well, no, like this is like legit, da 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 da. And then there was a couple copies that got out that were going for like 25 to like $5,000. And then the desk kind of settled a couple weeks later.
Fuck, dude.
And then, you know, like CGC comes back with this green label bullshit and, you know, whatever. What I think the funniest thing about that whole drama was the fact that homeboy Clayton Crane took homeboy's girl.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, man, this
absolutely,
to me,
bro.
That was a canary in the coal mine that there's something about to drop. That and Black Panther 3. Those were the two main causes of the comic bubble bursting. In my humble opinion. But yeah.
Oh fuck! I never thought that Black Panther being a book that changed it all. Right. So in other words, that book, that FOMO, that book flopping, shattered the that current
In
market.
in my
So
opinion, that was kind of like I was like, because like
the
you think
beginning
about
of
it,
the
right?
downfall. The beginning of the
Yeah.
downfall. Right.
I mean, you have you ever read a book about like just like a like the tulip bubble or like the stock market
Mm-mm.
bubble? And have you ever read books like that?
No,
Right?
can't say that. No.
There's always like right. There's always that tip and then whatever, but there has to be catalyst for it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so this is kind of like what, and I'm not saying like, oh, I got out comic books 100%, but I just was like, this is doesn't make sense to me. So you had CBS, not CBSI, but like comic book CBR making an article about
Yeah.
Chosen, and
Yes.
then
Yes.
Whatnot was at its like peak, not
Oh,
peak, but like it was the hottest thing ever, right?
I see what you're saying. I think. So real quick. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, go ahead, please.
Basically, fuck the what's the stereotype that the flippers get? Not dirty flipper, not manipulating the market. Pump and dump.
Yeah, yeah, pump
Pump and
and dump.
dump.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I
Okay.
just thought there were so many different like just things pushing this particular character, and I mean, I was like, this was like 2022. I want to say maybe I can't remember the year, but like I was like, and I'm seeing it from a finance side, right?
20.
Was it 2022?
We were because me and you we would troll it. We would love to make the little joke. So
I think that's how we became friends, man, because of that damn book.
yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
On
Because
Instagram, at least.
I found it and I instantly sold it, bro. I had like 5 copies of Cover A.
Did
I
you
had like
message me about that book?
no, I knew to sell it.
Okay.
I was at my maximum flipper, dirty
Yeah.
flipper, height of my flipper powers. I
Yeah.
knew instantly to sell that book. Brian McClay said, and others, you got it, sell it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, was it Mighty Mel? I think it was still going, and he might have been one of the first to send that motherfucker to CGC. It was all the bigger, whatever, our bubble, our the flippers.
Right.
At that time, it was a race to get a 9.8, to be one of the first to the market, to get it sell it at the maximum.
Yeah.
And cash out on that mofo.
Yeah.
And right off into the sunset, because everybody knew that there's no way that shit's gonna hold. And if I'm not mistaken, in the storyline, that dude wasn't even relevant. He wasn't even.
He's on
relevant.
one page in the book, and he's not even on the cover. That was the other thing that kind of hit me too. Was like, so I saw it on Ninth Wonder's Whatnot page.
Ninth Wonder was another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and this isn't I mean, the market was what the market was at that time, and the market was real time, right? And F the whole like, oh, people had extra money, from the COVID checks, or like $1,400 isn't like gonna push a book up to $1,300. I'm sorry,
dude.
Man.
That was like the perfect storm. And I think you're right, bro. When that book started to dip, there was no turning back.
Yeah,
the market instantly, like maybe overnight, it felt like just dropped. But but I believe you knew, and I knew, and a lot of others that are probably watching knew that bubble was never going to last.
Yeah, I don't think I had like as big of a pull, and I didn't want to I didn't want to mess with people's money one way or the other, right? So like if people are making money and they have a following, I didn't want to touch it, right? So like that was my thing with people in general. But yeah, I remember when I saw that book go for that much, not only was I in shock, but I just like, whoa, this isn't like a safe thing, quote unquote, right? Mm-hmm. So actually, I went a week later and I bought a copy for like $300. And the reason the person sold it for $300, I can't remember who I bought it from. They said there was like, you remember those, some of the copies came with that there's like a little bit of an indent, but you could definitely press it, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And so I was like, well, shoot, $300. Like so I did kind of my analysis, and I was like, the worst I could do is like a 9.4. What would 9.4 go? 300. So fuck it. So I got it.
Why not? Yeah.
Pressed it. I sent it in with like 10 other books for like the express checkout because I want to be first to market, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Got it back in a 9. Think of a pull. What? Let's keep this. Pull. Pull. Sorry.
Yeah.
He knows. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I sold it for like $750, and I was like out. And I think that was like my last kind of like, I'm not going to spend another $300 on a book again. That was fun, but I felt like I was pretty careful about it, like pretty calculated, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, it was. I just feel like that time was just a crazy time, right? And now, like the state of the market, at least my gut tells me, is that I kind of believe in the Invincible spec, but it's more of like I just like to see it. Like, it's cool because, like, here's the thing, and I'm kind of going all over the place, but just kind of going back to like current market, right? I don't know if anyone cares on that chat.
No, cook, bro, cook. Yes, go ahead.
So I think that people are still spending money. People don't give a shit about inflation. Employment's the most important thing, right?
Absolutely.
So, like, whatever, right? But with that said, people aren't buying as much of just random shit. Like, you got to come with quality, because I think people just don't want to get burned again, right?
Absolutely. Modern market, right? You would
modern
say.
Market. I think there's still value in silver and gold, obviously, like all that stuff, right? But what I'm seeing more is like mid-20s to like late 20s to make even like the 20 years range, right? Because I'm on different Discords with different like ages and stuff, right?
Right.
Those kids, they're more into like independent stuff, like Spawn, like Invincible, like your like even Boys, like shit like that, right? And Fedora's talked about this as well. But like the weird thing I'm seeing right now, I'm just so honed into it just because it just fascinates me, is that Invincible back issues, I think because 3 seasons came out so good, and people and you can read the omnibus, because that's how people consume their entertainment. They want it all at once. They are like, okay, I've read this really cool series. I want to know what this comic book thing's all about.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? If you look at the print runs for every Invincible book from 1 to 134 or 14, whatever it is, they're under 10,000, 12,000 print run.
You're not going to find them. Yeah.
So like anything Invincible, especially if it's in good condition, it's hot. And I wouldn't say that like, I wouldn't say buy every Invincible book for what the peak of it's selling right now. I would say that if you find it for a fairly nice price, even if it's a little bit over like what you think it should be worth, I wouldn't go for the reprints. I actually don't mind the Whatnot packs or like the packs or whatever. I think it's cool. But if you're actually like collecting for like 3 to 5 year, I'll just say 3 to 5 year investment, get the OGs 9.4 or higher. Because I think there's an opportunity there if you're quote unquote like investing or whatever. But that's the only thing I think is like a sure thing for right now. The Mark Spear stuff is cool. Like, kudos to him.
That I think spec responsibly with that. I think he's had a great run. I think it's a well-deserved run. But I agree with you. And I rearranged my boxes and I put all the Sonic books at the back. But that's another niche market that I almost don't think you can go wrong with any Sonic book. Any Sonic book that you find in the wild, IDDW from 40 back, so from like 40 all the way to number 1. And obviously the Archie, some of the Archie, you can't go wrong. It's always a double up.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Does anyone like the Marvel Rivals game? I don't. I haven't gamed in a long time.
The spec by Fish, to answer your question, I know people still play that game, but there's also like old school gamers, and I say old school gamers like mid-20s, that say it's a lot like Counter-Strike, and it's kind of losing its luster a little bit. I would say though, if Helldivers ever comes out with something comic book related, I'd buy 5 copies and hold on to it. I am a more video game specker than I used to be now that I have comic books.
I'm just reading the comments, and if Brad and Commander Cody are from Florida, two of my good buddies in the Discord are from Florida, and they've assisted me in this battle content that I've done.
Bradley is. I don't know if you knew that we met in person. A few weeks ago, or
yeah,
a couple months ago. So
yeah, I plan on going to the next con in Kansas because it's not that far from me to meet Marcus
cool.
Circumstance just to beat him up.
Oh, that's cool.
Just to pop his fucking kneecap. Any thoughts on the Comic Book Community Awards?
Sure, I'll tell you.
Yeah, go ahead for shit.
You were
nominated. You were nominated last year, though.
I was. I made the top 5 this year. I don't know what the hell I did. I guess everyone hates me or whatever. But I actually, when I got nominated last year, it was really cool. I mean, I'll be honest, it's pretty tight to be nominated and have a video, and I showed my fam all that stuff, and they were like, "What the fuck?" Kind of making fun of me and stuff. And I thought, and it's just my own personal opinion,
yeah.
And I looked at all the guys' stuff, and I'm not gonna. Everyone has their own kind of thing, but I thought Black Crown got shafted. That guy, I mean, he puts in so much work. He has a good segment. It flows really nice. That guy could do the show all by himself, but he's such a friendly dude that I think he just wants to have someone to talk with, right? I thought he got shafted. I was shocked also, and I posted this on my Instagram today too. I was shocked that Paper Chase did not win an award. That guy, I'm just saying, you guys, that guy has the best videos I've ever seen of a comic book content creator, period. I think they're clean, they're fast, they're witty. He has a good face, he has a good voice. He should have won an award. He should have got nominated top 5. I was like, what the F?
Yeah.
My opinion about the comic book community awards is just I don't know. I think there's too many categories.
Yeah.
And if you really want to have that many categories, right, dude, have different winners. I just think that whoever nominates them and stuff, it's a BFF thing, man.
So let me pull this up
fucking
again.
Comics got nominated for an award. That guy just sits there and babbles on about all the stupid shit he always talks about. He's the most boring fucking person on YouTube. I swear to God.
The False King
giggles the whole time.
The False King. Yeah, I got out of a long, elongated war with the False King. But look, as being crowned here, because I love drama. So let me just play this real quick.
All right, let's see it.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
The king of the castle anymore.
Well, let me rewind that.
And thankfully, that's kind of calmed down. I'm not the king of the castle anymore. There's a new king. There's a new drama king.
Yes.
But
yes. So as the king, I watch everything. I hear everything. I see everything. So I hear everything and I see it, and right now it's laid back. Yeah, I guess. I mean, everybody does it different, bro. I got nominated, but let's just be real. I know what my content is. I'm self-aware. It was straight crash out shit. It was straight. I wouldn't even call it drama. I called out these people, and then it just got worse or whatever it is. Right now, I'm just kind of over it. I'm not really doing that right now. I'm just hanging out. But I'm watching all the drama warlords. I'll say it. Fuck it. I watch Tiki Goose's shit. I don't watch Razors. I pull the transcripts. I learned that from Marcus Aurelius, so I don't gotta give him a view, and I read what he says. And then I move on. But I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. Right now, I'm just enjoying the throne, bro. Yeah, I mean, I'm not engaging in that shit. But I like this type of content. See, so when I came over to this side and hung out with this guy, right? This is more content community friendly, more open conversation type content. They put the link in the chat. Anybody could pop on and anybody can chop it up.
Yeah.
I like that more. You know what I mean? I like hanging out like that more. And that's kind of what this is going to be. Right. When I say I'm not doing drama, what I mean is I'm not doing battle content. Right. So I'm not going to call out those individuals I just named. I'm not doing that right now.
Can I say something about your videos real quick?
Yeah.
This is I don't, me, I I guess like I was watching this dude named Alpha Investments, and he does like Magic the Gathering, and he does cards and stuff. And he had a video about these cards today, and it's a Magic the Gathering, right?
Yeah.
So he said that the only way to really get into like to get your kind of your content up is to make up some type of drama, right? And I was like, I didn't really think of it that way. And he only puts out just particular market stuff. He'll talk about like, oh, these are the cards that are doing really well. Blah 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 blah. It's literally Alpha Investments is the name of his channel. But I would say about and again, I'm not really into watching a lot of the drama and stuff because it's just not really my thing, and I can't keep up with a lot of it stuff. But I will watch your stuff because you're Darth Lopez, and you're my homie, and
we got it. Yeah,
but your approach to drama, it's hella unique. It's just I feel like you're trolling, but if no one really knew you, which I don't know you that well, but I think I know you enough.
Yeah. We have history. Yeah, definitely.
Like the fucking Taco Bell fucking.
Yeah.
And then did you see me? I had my Taco Bell. And
Yes. Well, bro, because look, I was in the Discord.
Yeah.
And like I said about the Florida guys, so I say, look, I'm gonna cook this fool. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna cook him. I don't give a shit. This is what I'm gonna fucking do. I'm gonna go to fucking Taco Bell in front of the Taco Bell sign. I'm gonna cook his fat ass. That's exactly what I said, right? That's just old. I'm not saying that right now. That was my thinking.
Yeah.
And one of the homies who's from Florida says, "Oh no, hold on, Darth. This is what you do. Fuck it. You eat the taco." And I said, "Fuck yeah." I'm like, just say what you're gonna say, and then eat the taco.
Yeah.
And I already knew. And that's what I say about like I have help, man. I met good people, and it all starts with this fucker right here, bro.
Yeah.
It all starts with this guy. You know what I mean? This guy isn't what some of those idiots say over there.
Yeah.
They're probably just mad because they couldn't figure certain stuff out. Whatever. That's on them.
Circumstances reminds me of like
he's fucking Urkel. He's Urkel. Oh, I should say that.
He reminds me of the Howard Stern of comic book content, man, with that voice.
Howard Stern, dude, you can't be saying that, bro.
I mean, voice-wise, man, he's pretty good with his voice, man. So yeah, shout out to him.
I got you, Steve. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I got you, Steve. I got you, Steve. Yeah. No, man, you can't be giving him those kudos because now that's all he's gonna say in the Discord. That's all he's gonna say tomorrow. So I'm the Howard Stern.
Voice-wise.
Yeah, voice-wise. There you go.
But to kind of add on to like what like your content was, so because you made it quick, you were like trolling on top of trolling, and it was very entertaining, man. So like, when you made that announcement that you were kind of take a step back from it, I was a little bummed because I was starting to get into it, like your stuff. Cause you know what I mean? I'm not into that stuff, but like,
I know.
From a like a supportive like kind of a content like person or whatever, it hooked me, because it was just different. It was cool.
Look, I knew even back then when we met, like I always say, like, so my lore and bro, I don't want to look, it's part of what I went through. Yes, I got booted live. And I don't really hold any resentment towards those dudes anymore. I've let that go.
Probably didn't feel too good though, man.
I didn't feel too good, bro. And that's what I mean by you throwing me a literal lifeline.
Yeah.
In our space, in our bubble of comic book community, YouTube. If you don't do that, bro, I don't know Marcus. I don't know Biggie. And those two dudes, know, man. Yes, bro. And that's why I have a rapport with you. And I respect you. And I no matter how I would do, I would shout you out always.
Thanks, man.
And as I begin to do this, that's what I want to do, like clips of people that have helped me along the way, because I think every content creator has had help along the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wasn't computer savvy. Sicko, who's in here now somewhere, he makes fun of my hardware because it's like severely outdated.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing it off my phone. And it was this guy here who told me, hey, bro, use iMovie. In the midst of my battle content. I go, what's iMovie?
Yeah.
And then Darth, because he does his fucking voice. Darth. Blah, 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 blah. But he's brutal. He only tells me one time, and that's it. So fuck, because that's how the homie is. I got to figure it out, and that's where I figured out how to edit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so fucking easy. It was like editing for dummies and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, like so it was like editing for dummies, bro.
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh fuck, and so that's how I would put the clips, how I would go watch the adversary, and I would see what they say to use it against them, to paint a certain picture of stickies that crash out and drama go down. That's how I used it against the False King and got my shit struck, which I did my homework. So I think the strike removes tomorrow. Which I ain't even mad at him for doing it. Everybody. I think everybody at one point. No, I don't think even as a kid. Let me see. In elementary school, did I tattletale? I think all us kids tattletale every now and then. So I don't really hold it against them. Whatever. You did what you had to do. But I did my homework, so that's how I learned my shit, bro.
Why do you think he did that?
He did that because I exposed him talking about those content creators behind a private. It was a members only stream. So in other words, only his members could see it, and which means he's taking shots of those.
It's another thing I want to say, man. Like,
yeah, go ahead, bro.
This guy,
is what this is.
I saw like he's like a subscribers and stuff, right? And like I know Bill's got to be paid and stuff, but like I can never so the cost of his membership is like $6 or like $7, right? I mean, like $2 off a Netflix membership or some shit, right?
Right.
And I'm just like, man, so you're mean to tell me it cost me $7 to get a private whatever, which is $2 higher than a Netflix fucking like subscription. I better be getting I better be getting free comics every month. I better get like Comic Tom type shit, man. Like I just can't imagine getting $6 a month worth of content that's private from whatever he talks about. That's just my person. Because like, I mean, money is money is money, right?
Yeah. At least so I know what you mean. So like on members, Biggie, again, Biggie has been instrumental in on all that. Biggie, Brian McClay, because that's our bubble, bro. That's where we come from.
Yeah.
That's just politics, selective politics. Jim Mint. Because Jim Mint, bro, Jim Mint reached out and asked me about what were we doing on that top 10.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, that began a respectful rapport with him. Like, I'm not saying we're friends, but I'm a Jim Mint guy. Like, I'm a Marcus fan, a Biggie fan, and Mighty Comics, and I whoever else I'm forgetting. I pay membership to those dudes because I like their shit.
Yeah.
And I like to support. And what's $3, bro? They're not even. I don't know.
A lot of money.
I don't know what the False King is charging for. I don't know. I don't know. But that's why he struck me, because he was angry that I showed some shit that he did behind a private, and it is what it is. We were engaged. I said I was going to do it on that Monday live. I did say it. So it does nothing for me but add to the lore of the drama, of the battle content. It's a stripe, a badge of honor. Hey, this guy struck me. He told on me. The King of Drama 2025, which I don't even know how I'm going to uphold that the rest of the year. I figure I just pass the torch. But I think right now we're at a standstill. I do think people are tired of drama to a certain extent, right? But they'll watch. But I think I blame myself for the trolls, bro, for the burner accounts. I think I egged on, and I even though I feel that one of those streams was primarily one guy or two guys, but I think I opened up that, and then that got a little out of whack. That got a little like a little bit low blow. So it's like, maybe I should pull back. But I miss making the videos, bro. They were
good videos, man.
It's like I don't know how I would, what I mean, how I'm going to be able to do that, or I just don't do it no more. And it is what it is. It just fucking say fuck it. I'm doing Monday and Wednesday. Monday will be this type of community type of hangout, and then I'm going to do the comic books with Sicko.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, and like, you know, people that have, you know, memberships here, like, you guys have probably good content. I'm just saying, like, I just paying $6.90, $5.99 for that dude's content, just, it doesn't make sense to me, because you're not getting your money's worth, is all I'm saying. And there's people out there that charge like 99 cents a month of content, and
like
they're giving you
you
$500 worth of stuff.
Like Biggie, right?
Yeah. And like 99 cents is nothing. I mean, that's like supporting a homie. I have anything against that at all whatsoever.
Right. Yeah.
Damn, like $5.99. That's a lot. That's like like I'm saying, it's a Netflix membership, man. You better be giving me like hella shit,
dude.
You know?
Yeah, I giveaways and shit like that. I mean,
you better giving up like you better do like a slab giveaway like twice a week.
Well, shit. I remember when I had 200 to get to 200 subscribers. I gave away. I got to 215 and fucking unsubscribed.
Yeah.
It went down. I thought it was fucking hilarious. It went down to 197 and it went back to like 206 and then to 199 and then it stayed at 200. But this guy here, this is another good person in the community because there's good people in the community. I owe this guy at least 10 subscribers just based on having him on and being in his circle. Like it easily 10 subscribers.
Looks like Immortals backstage.
Yeah. I gotta hold on. Here, let me get rid of this. And then What up?
Yo.
What's up, dog?
What up, Bird Darth, man? I'm just stopping by to keep my streak intact. I'm like, you know, Cal Ripken, the Iron Man. I've been on every live stream of Darth.
Yes, sir.
Knock on wood. Keeping the streak intact. Good to see you, Bird Darth. You guys are doing a great job.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
yeah.
The king of drama.
For 2025.
Right, later, boys. Thank you, Darth.
Yes, sir. I'll see you.
See ya.
Yeah. If anything, I've been told by multiple people that he might have been the drama king of 23.
I believe it. I watched this stuff. I have watched this stuff before in the past. So yeah.
Yeah. So I would say if that's the case, I have multiple people. So like 23, you got to give it to Sticky Goes 24. There ain't no question. Yeah. And, you know, last year when we were like, we didn't even like, I don't think we knew of him till I saw him on McClay. And then I'm sorry, I got to take the crown this year. I know I got half the year. Just by our conversation today, you know, I could, my territory could be under attack by, you know, others, but whatever. Sticky, like Sticky is doing his thing. He's not doing this type of shit no more right now.
Yeah.
Which he did come at me foul. Should I share this? Yeah, why not? This is Crash Out. So I like I'm cordial, right? So I do comment on this shit, right? I'll be honest. I'll be honest. And I'm like neutral. I try to be.
Yeah.
And sometimes he's somewhat neutral. And then he reminds me that he says I threatened his family, which I never did. I could prove, and I proved it. And then so this past few days, he called me Sin City Manny. You know who Sin City? You know that? You know the name? You know that incident that happened in Vegas with the two YouTubers?
No, I don't.
Okay. They were trolling each other. They were striking each other. If you want to go down the little rabbit hole, you could. There's easy, quick recap. But one guy basically gunned him down on the Vegas Strip, him and his wife.
Jesus Christ.
And his name was Sin City Manny. So he calls me Sin City Manny in his comment section. And I'm like, okay.
It's kind of
it is, but at the same time, it's like, okay, bro, I trolled you for like, I get it. I can't get mad at like him for like taking that shot or even seeing it as a low blow when I feel like I roasted him for the all winner. You know, just like I can't get mad at the False King for saying anything he wants to say about me going forward.
Yeah.
I cannot get mad. Right. So yeah, I've never seen this dude before.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh no, well,
Canadian horse shit ass. What?
yeah.
What does that mean?
So, and he puts, yeah, trolls. They haven't been here in a while, but we'll see where this guy leads. But like overall, I know. So, how do you think the drama got out of control? Do you think like the participants that been going on for this year? You think it got too out of control, overdone? What are your overall opinions on the whole drama for the year? What do you think?
I mean, I think you.
Not me, not me. Just like
no.
in general.
Yeah. No, I think, and this is just my algorithm, right? But like, I think you've definitely brought a focus to it for sure. Whether that's by, I think you've made the topic more trendy, I guess.
Yeah.
So when you started your thing with Sticky Goose or whatever,
yeah,
I think it brought like, oh, did you see that video that Darth Lopez? What's up with Darth Lopez? He's
yeah,
you know, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, and then I'd hear more stuff about it, and then you know, I didn't know what was going on between you and other dude, and
yeah.
So that was like kind of like different. And is it like, so to answer your question, do I think it's gotten out of hand? I don't think so. I mean, like, people are going to claim stuff. They're going to claim that people say this or do that, and you can't really change, you know, like,
no,
you can't change people's what they say or whatever.
No.
But like, you did a different take on it. You didn't just like record it, which is fine. Like,
right.
And
I engaged. I said, fuck it.
Yeah. You know,
right.
And you had fun with it, and it's done its thing, and it's obviously like that's your brand, you know.
That's why I don't think I could ever get away from talking drama.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, just from like a viewership kind of standpoint for me, I mean, like, you've grown super quick and people are watching your stuff. I mean, you got like 250 to 300 on average on your videos. And I think that's a testament to like what, like, I mean, that's a lot more than what I get. And I think it's, and I'm not trying to say, I'm like jealous or anything like that.
No, bro.
I think that you're filling that demand though for that type of content.
Right.
And people don't care about the random ass comic books that I post on the Sunday sales, you know, which is okay, you know, because whatever.
Well, here's the, I did see that, Brad. Yeah.
$10 billion, man.
Some investor group. Well, I hope the first thing they do is trade LeBron and fire JJ Redick.
That was the first thing I was thinking, that they were going to get rid of LeBron.
Yeah. Please. I will say this. So, but I noticed the change in the numbers when it's not drama, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, dude. Like, but I don't give a shit because I love comic books, bro. And I love reading comic books. And I'm gonna do that shit with Sicko. And here's the thing I've been saying. I was telling the homies in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
There's a comfortability of when I do that with Sicko.
Mm-hmm.
Ferd, I don't even care about the views, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when I was doing midway through the drama, the battle content, as I call it, because I think there's a difference.
Yeah.
I got hooked on seeing.
Cool.
Yeah. I got hooked on seeing
the dude right there.
The numbers, the views, right? I get all like if I was waiting for CGC, that is it? You know how when CGC received?
Yeah, man, that's the best feeling in the world.
the steps. So I was looking at my videos like, oh fuck, where's it at? And I would see, oh fuck, the green video, the green 30 more than average. When it's the comic book stuff, I don't even care, bro.
Yeah, I think, you know, like for me, like you know, I like doing the market videos because it's more of like it's like kind of me journalizing like what prices are for that week or whatever, right? Yeah. And of course I'd be lying if I wasn't like stoked if I got 100 views on like a video and stuff or whatever. Yeah. But I'll keep doing them even if I get like 25 views, because it's not so much like it's more of a thing for like myself. And so that's why I still do them every Tuesday and every Wednesday and all that stuff. And I would say I'm more passionate now about like video games because I think there's more of a future in that. But
bro, but I would say you are always welcome here, bro. Any fucking time. I don't care. if you want to say, hey, I got a segment, you want to put it, I don't anything. The door is always open, bro.
Well, it's always good to talk to you, like, live and stuff, man.
Yeah, bro.
Anytime
For
you want, an hour and a half, so it's cool.
Yeah, but you see the chemistry, right? The flow, and even then back then, the way that we couldn't like freeform, because that's why I want to get to like I want to show these books that that have flopped. It's like
go for it.
Yeah, I think that's
more.
It's probably a troll. I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's good chemistry. I got thrown off. So I saw you post. This.
Yeah, it broke my heart, man. Because like honestly, it's funny. Someone in the Discord, in our Discord, that breaks my heart a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
It does, right?
Bro. Yeah. But even back then, when we were doing that together, you always knew I was a Captain Marvel fan.
Yeah.
And I told you these books are for me. Like I got 2 of the Decall only because I was able to get it under ratio.
Yeah. And that's the key, right?
Yeah, and I didn't even I knew we saw them like, oh, they're not selling.
Yeah.
Bro, these aren't selling.
Yeah.
These aren't moving.
Yeah.
And I said, fuck it. Well, I just took it off the market. I'll keep it. And I gave one to Biggie because my road dog.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But did you see coming up?
Otterman signing, right?
Magic. There's a Magic one coming.
Oh, okay.
A 1 in 25. And so here's the thing on that. So on that, I already going to pre-order 2, but for the first time in a Darth Lopez career, I bought a 9.8 before.
Wow.
Well, here's the thing. It's one of those good feedback. All the boxes checked. He guaranteed 5 9.8s of that book. I bought the 3rd one. I messaged. I said, yo, bro, I'm going to buy this. Is this legit? He goes, and he long message, hey, I'm sending enough that I'm only saying that I can guarantee 5, but in reality, I feel that I can guarantee more. But 5 is a safe bet. Your money's safe with me, and obviously eBay money back guaranteed. So I fucking took the dive, and this is market investment. Well, really none of that because I'm keeping it. So I bought the Magic. I forgot what issue, number 8, Dowderman 1 in 25 and a 9.8. And I'm still pre-ordered 1 or 2. But I only paid $135 for it because of the fees. So regardless of what that book does, I don't care. Like I know if I get a 9.8, I have one, and it's going to go with Rogue and Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And now let's do the math this way. So say I pre-order that book and it's a 1 in 25. So let's just say the highest $40. Okay. Let's say I have a potential at a 9.8. I got to press it. That's $10.
Yeah.
Then I got to send it to CGC, pay to get it graded.
Yeah.
Pay shipping. What am I at there?
I'm near, and that's just one book, right? You're probably going to send more than one, I'm assuming, right? So, yeah.
Yes. See?
Yeah.
See, so already there, I would have already spent what I paid for that 9.8.
Yeah.
Pre them coming out.
Sure.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There you go. Flipper thinking flipper.
Yeah.
Just sounds like sound logic if it's a book you want. Right? If you want a book in that invoice fee, probably. Probably, bro. So yeah, man. So yeah, dude. So yeah, but yeah, no, man. It was good reminiscing, bro. Like
custom label.
It was.
I got a plug for everyone. It's not a comic thing, but
yeah, go ahead.
I'll send you this link here. But so I was talking about earlier, like Trey, this guy named Vinny who's on Brian's shows every once in a while. My boy Marcus and some dudes, right? So we were supposed to come back last week and this week actually. And we do our OTR, only the rarest, kind of like we talk about more investment types, not just comic books, but like video games. They do ETFs, not ETFs, NFTs, ETFs, shoes, vinyls, like everything, right? So yeah, Trey actually, he suggested this kind of like riskless kind of pre-order investment thing, right? And this worked out with a Final Fantasy VII pre-order a few years back. This worked out with Baldur's Gate, some other stuff, right? So basically what you do is you can pre-order these like special edition games for no cost.
Yeah.
But it's pre-order and it's usually a special edition, right? So what our strategy kind of is to like just see what's like, for example, let's see GTA 6 came out this year, right?
Yeah.
So that's just going to be a hit. It's just going to be so easy, right? TM, check this out, bro. I mean, magic, you know, right there. Anyway, so if it hits, it's a riskless kind of like pre-order. But if it doesn't, you can just cancel the order and there's no money up front. They only charge you when they actually ship it. You're just basically guaranteeing your spot, essentially, right? So I was going to talk about this next week, but just because we're on the show, trying to give people some cornbread. Here's our potential flip of the week here, and it's not available, but this is just something to think about. I don't know. I don't know if it's available, but I put it in the private chat there.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can.
If you want to link it.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do it.
No, can you do it?
Let's see. Let's see if I can do it.
Wait. Sickles. Oh, there you go. You got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Here. Let's see. So if you can click on that. Can you click on it?
I can. I can.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you could.
Oh, at the stage you want?
Yeah. So this Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, it's unavailable, but at the time we were supposed to do the show, it was available. So basically, we're thinking this is going to like 2 times, 3 times, I don't know, or you may hold on to it, but it's a flip, basically. It retails for about $200. So I pre-ordered it. It hasn't charged my card yet, hasn't done any of that stuff. But you can find it you can find it at Best Buy, you can find it, I think, at Walmart, and like just look for it. But this game is like the flip of the year, in my opinion.
Okay.
We've talked about these type of flips in the past on the OTR show. And they've, not everyone works, but the ones that don't work, you can just return it or just cancel the order and you don't have to put any money up front. So I pre-ordered this guy. They're not going to charge me again until they actually ship it, but I'm going to flip this one for sure. So
nice.
When is the Popcorn Bucket Spec Show? It's coming. It's coming, Brad. Just for you, Brad. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. Well, hey, that's a good question. Do you plan on giving it another go, bro? Do you plan on can you see yourself going back to doing your content?
I mean, I kind of like the format now. It's like kind of at my own pace and like at my own time, but like, I don't know if you saw, but me and Pickles, we did kind of a random show. It wasn't really spec, but it was market kind of based. But we did our like childhood crushes of the 80s and 90s.
What the fuck?
So we went through a bunch of like just chicks.
Oh my god! Oh, dude.
Like Tiffany Amber Thiessen, for example, right? Saved by the Bell. So we talked about her, and then I did a market report of Tiffany Amber Thiessen like collectibles.
No shit.
Yeah, it's on my YouTube channel.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna go check that. Yeah,
we were gonna do. I was talking about doing one with him like either tomorrow or like on Friday if we got time. Of like our 90s nostalgia, like boyhood, like movies, and we're just doing random stuff like that. But
bro,
yeah. So I don't know. Like it's just hard to get a time like down stuff, right? So, but
yeah, it's not. My wife is very generous.
Mine is too.
Right. Yeah, and after once she saw this is because this is just true. Once she saw the people so after the Renovision guys, so there's you, and then there's whatever else.
Yeah,
she noticed it like, oh, dude, it's like less drama.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, the content isn't, but the people that I've met, no, because she would always hear some of the conversations I'd have with certain people and that whatever. And she just allows me to have fun, bro. But I do my due diligence. Like it's a team. I come home like today. I give my boys a bath before I put them down.
Oh, that's good.
I made dinner way before she got here. My boys were fed. I picked them up. I do my due diligence, and she gives me my time. You know what I mean? It's awesome. She just won't help me on anything content related, though.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you need. You know what I mean?
She
wants me to rip this open. Do you want me to rip this on the channel?
Yeah, bro.
Right.
Yeah. You want the big screen or
no? You just leave it here. That's all
okay.
Good. Yeah. I don't know if you're. Final Fantasy. So Sicko, I don't know. I know you, but like I don't think we've like met or whatever. But
yeah,
Final Fantasy 7 was the reason my buddy Pickles and I started our channel. I met him in high school, and that's how we played Final Fantasy 7 together. And we've been playing ever since. I mean, that was like 25 years ago. So anyway, you play competitive Magic. So the last game that I ever played or set I opened when I was a kid was Revised. This is like the first pack I've ever opened since 95, basically. So
nice.
But here you go.
Yeah, the Whisper Show got me into some Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon's a different animal, man. Like, I actually want to play the game. That's like kind of my thing. But what's this? I don't know.
1995. That's a good year. The Atlanta Braves won the World Series. Tom Glavine was World Series MVP. He went 2-0 with like a minuscule ERA.
23 out of 53. It's kind of dope. I don't think you can play that. So I got a Thunder Magic. I don't have no idea what the rarity on these are.
Yeah.
I think
I'm gonna go use you got it. I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick, yeah?
All right. Blitzball Shot. This is from Final Fantasy 10 if you guys aren't Final Fantasy nerds. I Wield Practical Magic. That's cool, Brad. Combat Tutorial. The art on these is like sick. This is great. Magitech Infantry. Sicko, I don't know, or TM Nerdy. I know you guys remember Vincent, Limit Break. I might do a market report on like how much like the hits are for the set, because man, I'm addicted to this. It was kind of cool. I went to a car shop today, and they had I think it was like a creature, but it was Knights of the Round Table or a sorcery. I can't remember, but it was Knights of the Round Table. And I don't know if you guys remember play Final Fantasy 7 or any of the Final Fantasies, but 7 in particular, that was like the materia or the summon that you use to beat Sephiroth. At least I did. So here's a summon. That's kind of cool. Primal Garuda. It's kind of tight. Diamond Weapon. Oh, this is the creature you have to fight.
Nice.
Ether. Always going to need Ether. Oh, here you go. Everyone knows who Ifrit is. It's a summon. That is a common. So this is the rare Gilgamesh Master at Arms. That's kind of tight.
Sicko is saying sleeve the saga. Sicko, bro, you could just pop. Well, maybe you can't. He says sleeve the saga.
Sleeve the which one?
The
saga?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Sicko knows Pokemon.
And then, the guy at the store, he told me that. So I don't know if you know Darth, but like, that was pretty cool. You don't like the lands. So like the land is basically the basis of the game, right? And I opened another pack. This is like the first series I've actually opened since '95. But you usually get pack like in the packs back in the day. You get those two. Okay, cool. Thanks, man. You used to get lands in your packs, but the dude was telling me that they come in like these other like these jumpstart packs here. So I bought a couple of these. Me and Pickles are gonna maybe play tomorrow because we have tomorrow off, the Juneteenth and all that. So but yeah, man, I've just been getting into more like I'm also doing comics, but like I bought this.
Oh, Zelda.
I bought this Zelda. It's a CIB, so that complete in box. It'll probably score like an 8.0 or higher. But I got this for $100 on Facebook Marketplace. So yeah.
Yeah, I just remember that Taco Bell thing. The clip, I put it in at the beginning of one of my videos.
Dude, that was the funniest fucking video. I watched.
Hey, bro, I do. Dude, look, I don't look, bro. Here's the thing, right?
Yeah,
we get So, in that whole engagement, bro, I said, bro, I don't even know if you can beat that one. Like I'll say it, he fucked me up with the thumbnail that he did because my teeth and shit, how he captured me, how my eyes were rolled up.
Yeah.
And when I did the video and I'm looking at it and I'm doing adding the clips, I said, fuck, man. Even the clip when I say Mark Wayne, because Mark Wayne is Legion of Comics. It's like a double entendre with battle content and Tower of Babel. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh fuck. But whatever. Yeah. And then, dude, he fucked me up with that. But I just there's no way he beats that one. It's like that was the And that's how I always approached that content. I always said, okay, if I'm going to do this, I need to know that I'm vulnerable, that I could be made everything I could be made fun of in multiple ways, and whatever narrative I thought of, every narrative, every angle they could come at me. Even Sticky Goose when we did the on Mighty, I know that he could say you built your shit up, whatever. So I knew, and so that's why I knew how that played out and the heat that it got. There just was no beating it. It didn't really matter to me. It was over then. Yeah. So it's like I already had. So the way I see it, I had dropped the nuke. All we could do now is go back and forth. And here's the one thing: I never, in that whole engagement with him, and if he's watching, if we get back to him, I went under the belt for a purpose. Yeah. So I just got all the dirty shit out of the way. Yeah. And there's no round twos, but should there be a round two, it'll be a whole nother different philosophical approach, if you will. Yeah. But like I said, there ain't no round twos. I ain't, you
know what though, man? Like I know you, like I don't know you very well. Like we've only got to know each other for probably the past year. I'll just say that, right? But like I feel like I know you enough to where, like, I mean, there was a reason why I wanted you on the show. You know what I mean? Like I knew you wouldn't fluff up stuff. I knew you'd be like you're very analytical about just like what you're passionate about. And that's that's the element that like I liked having on the show. And to be honest, well, this isn't really like a dig or anybody, but like it's kind of hard to have 3 people on a show, but you have 4, it's a little bit better. Anything it flows a little better because there's different opinions, right?
Yes.
And like it wasn't that. It's not that like it was bad to have 3 of us or like whatever, but it just I felt like it flowed better, and that's But I knew you're a good dude, and you say that like I like rescued you or whatever.
Great, Furbird. There is no other way to see it.
Yeah, but to me, it was opportunity knocks to me.
Right, so, right, yeah. No, I appreciate it, but to be realistic,
and to be honest, man, like when I saw that you got when that they like let you go, I was like, dude, this is like GM baseball. I'm gonna pick up this guy off the waiver wire,
right?
To the big league, or not the big league,
and
what I mean, right?
And that's what I would always tell Biggie when we would talk, because me and Biggie developed a friendship before the Discord, and we would just call each other an IG, and we would discuss tactics and all that shit. And I was like, it would come up, and like, yeah, bro, if it wasn't for Furbird, because I had that whole multiverse idea, right? Yeah, like I got thrown out of Renovision live, and I'm just floating around the multiverse, nowhere to go, and then you just open up a portal. Well, we're in our multiverse, and then
I would say this too, like I was sad that you left, but it was like I wanted to emphasize to everybody, like, dude, me and Darth were like,
oh, never, like, no, no, but I could tell Furbird that you were getting to the point of what you described earlier.
Yeah.
I knew you were saying as much.
Yeah.
And I always felt handicapped because
that's the thing too. Like again, time is like, I mean, when my mama passed like a few years ago, like time is like so finite, right? I mean, like I wish I was 22 all over again, obviously. Yes. But like, so I always value people's time, and like I could also tell that like I don't know if he's digging this, like, but I'm not gonna be like, we don't need you anymore, because like I still want you on the thing. But like like I'll say this just on live, I don't know if he's watching, but Fedora, he brings so much content, he has so much knowledge about so much stuff. And
yes, he does, bro.
He literally said this on the Discord today. He said, I'd start my own channel, but XYZ. Dude, if you're listening, just fucking do it. Like, do your own thing. You have so much, like, it doesn't matter if you're doing it from a bunker or like in a sewer. Your content's good. You're like, talent will find you. Like, if you have talent, people will find you.
People love comic books, and I know that he's knowledgeable. Well, I remember I told him
he's just knowledgeable about so much shit that like I don't even like, I can't comprehend. It is a waste if Fedora, if you don't do your own live channel, it's a fucking waste.
Look at the Sonic books. That's the thing that when I got over there with you, that was the thing. Yeah. I told them when you let me come on your last live, I was like, yo, bro, any of you guys ever want to all you got to do is message me.
Yeah, for sure.
All Fedora has to do, if you're watching,
Yeah.
All you gotta do is message me on IG. Hey, bro, can I come hang out? Anytime. I got an idea on a book. I think this, bro. If any of you guys want to come on what me and Sicko do, and you want your own little segment, and you want to come on and say, "Hey, I think this book is this is that," you're more than welcome, bro. Because again, bro, and that's the thing where I say that they like, I'm not saying we're best friends, and people always say the shit, you can't make friends in this community. Well, I don't believe in that, because look at me and you, like something so little to say, let me get this guy off the waiver, and I'm over here feeling bummed out. Damn, dude, I never even got to do what I wanted, blah, 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 blah. And then you helped me. And then even though all I saw was drama, that's where I was going. But regardless, you don't do that for me. We don't do the top 10. I don't know these guys that have come through the chat. I don't know none of them. I'm not in that Discord.
Yeah.
So to me, and I tell this Biggie, and Biggie, he kind of, look, I'm loyal, bro. Like, yeah. So, and our person, like, it just fits. All of it fit. Yeah. Like when me and the False King, it didn't really fit.
Yeah.
Even when we were cool and understanding, because like I'll say this about the False King, underneath all that mask, there is a good heart there. There is. And I'm sure with all the other drama guys, there is. But it just doesn't, it can't be. Yeah. And so still, again, bro, lore. Like I really, and let me say this. That's why I say lore, because of Jim Mint, right? Because there was a thing, there was an exchange, and we were fucking around, and he's like, "Oh, well, that person didn't know your lore," and I go, "Oh shit, that's catchy." So I started using it not too long ago when I was crashing out. But yeah, man, I think it's awesome, and I love that we're from the same multiverse, bro. Me, you, and I believe Brad. We're from that flipper side, bro. Like, that's how I see it. We know the long shorts, all the guys we named. Mm-hmm. We know them. It's where we followed each other on Instagram. Mm-hmm. It's that little circle that we came around. Yeah. And one of the biggest things I think has been blending that. If I've done anything, I don't think I've done anything. Well, I think battle content, I could trademark that shit. But other than that, I've done nothing that nobody has done. But the only thing that I do like that maybe I've done is now, because I give that to Sticky, because he did what he did, and it put all eyes on a lot of other content creators. If anything, I think I help have some of these content creators be on stream together, like Biggie and McClay, Marcus and others. Now you know what I mean? Hopefully some of these guys that didn't know of that bubble could go find, and even Renovision, even that whole crash out. Maybe, some people went over there and said, well, let me just check these guys out. Who cares what Lopez says? Let me go see what they like. And maybe they liked and they got, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's all good. Even fucking the False King. Yeah. All of it. Because one thing the Comic Journey guy says, hey, watch me, all eyes on me. Or, yeah, bro, we do this because, yes, we're having fun. Some of us don't take it serious, don't care about views. But we want people to watch a little bit, right?
Oh, 100%. I mean,
and we wanted to hang out,
Yeah. Can I show a little something to Sicko and TM real quick? Because like they're Final Fantasy fans. I just want to give another low hanging type of fruit for you guys.
Yeah.
All right. Give me 1 second. I gotta grab it real quick.
Yeah. Speak of the devil, he shall appear. You're more than welcome, Mr. CJ. You're more than welcome, bro. Here. Anybody is, actually. There it is. CJ, I got maybe about 20 more minutes, probably. You good on time? Oh, you can't hear me. Oh, I had this clip of I took it off. Dare I go to
Okay.
Well, come back soon, bro. Stop fucking around. See Journey.
All right. So this is kind of added on. I'm just showing pickups. I've had these for a while, but I figured I'd show some your homies. So I got this. So So I'm kind of plugging myself, but not really. But
plug away, bro. Not like that. Not
all
like
right,
that.
yeah. But like, so on my channel, we'll go about this eventually. But we talk about other stuff other than comics. So one thing that I've seen a little bit of a pickup in the market, especially with collectors and video game collectors, I just think it's a growing segment because ages 4 to like 50 play video games, ages 25 to 65 read comics, right? So different age ranges, right? But I found this on Facebook Marketplace. It probably grades at a 7.5, 7.0 with a press. That equates to about 260 in last CGC sold. It's a Ocarina of Time strategy guide.
Yeah.
So this is pretty tight. But this is another thing that I found from shout out to who put me on this. I forgot. Anyway, first Final Fantasy VII in the US. Right here.
Oh. In the US,
see.
huh?
This is the first appearance of Final Fantasy VII on a magazine, period. We did the research. This is from 95. So the game came out in 97. So they were previewing this game like in 1995, I believe. But
damn,
did you see this like on eBay? Grab it. It's the first appearance of Final Fantasy VII. So anyway,
that's nice. Yeah, I see your video game. I always watch your shit. You know what I mean?
Thanks, man.
So I do, bro. I see the video games and shit, and every now and then when I don't see them anymore, I think those bins at Walmart are long gone.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But I always check, and I know I see them at. Well, I haven't been digging in a long time, bro. And I know they had them in half price books.
And here's kind of my theory. Like, we're just bullshitting about random stuff. It's not very comic book related, but if you think about it, right? So like newsstands, and you talk about the UF4 newsstand being like hella, right, and whatever.
Yeah.
So my theory is, so we did the research, we did the data. This was like 2023. So this is a couple years ago. 89% of all video game sales were digital. Only 11% were physical. So that number is only going to get smaller. I don't know what the numbers are for 2024. I have to look them up. But I got to imagine it's got to be like 95% to like 5 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Video game companies don't want to pay some factory worker to tape a video game together, put it in the case or whatever. And me as a consumer, like, why do I have to go stand in line for 15 hours when I can just download the motherfucker on my PS5 or whatever? So it hits both segments of the producer and the consumer.
Yeah.
Which, in my opinion, newer games, especially first print Nintendo Switch, PS5, whatever, and collector's editions are just going to increase in value because they're going to be in smaller quantities as time goes. But
okay. Do you so I just remember some lore. Yeah. I think we talked about this about Half Price Crook, my presser.
Yeah.
The first Airbender was actually in a help me out.
I know what you're talking about, man. We talked about that a long time ago.
Fuck, bro. Was it in a video game or in the DVD? Or in the shit, dude. The DVD or I don't fucking remember. I don't remember.
You talked about it before because I think what's his name? What's his real name in real life?
Jessup.
Yeah. I always want to call him Wyatt, but I don't know why. But like,
he's Beatty is like my Discord. Beatty's the type of guy that would tell me with the battle content that I'm going too far, or like I shouldn't say that, or anything like that. Right? You know what I mean? He's a good dude. Fuck, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, well, I'm trying to tell him that how good Jessup is of a presser. Yeah. He's on the level of Red Hood. Like.
Feel like I shouldn't say he's better than Red Hood. I think because I feel I'll say this about I think from what I've heard, they're both equally good pressers.
Yes,
but Jessup just isn't as like he's kind of like a Ronin, kind of like in the background. You don't see him too much.
But, no, bro, no. And I've had a direct line to him for a minute. Like half the 9/8 on here are because of him. All my Something's Killing the Children.
Yeah,
that was all him. You know what I mean? And a bunch of shit.
I knew about him like when I was listening to
Flipside,
not Flipside, like pre-Flipside, Impressible Defects, like Sean.
Yeah.
Big Leg and
Big Leg.
Mighty Mel and
OG.
and I literally have Trey like on my I just texted him today. He's going to Indiana for the finals. So anyway.
Oh, so here's the thing that I would love to do, and I'll say it. I don't know if they watch. I know Long Short has watched some of my stuff.
Yeah,
that would be one of my things if I wish I could have on. Like I just asked Nusser. He hasn't got back to me, but he will. Yeah. Hey man, I'm kind of phasing the drama out. Would you ever want to come on and like have a conversation that we had?
Yeah,
I kind of do want to ask like a Long Short or any of those guys if they would ever come on and talk about their style of collecting, their style of the content, the variants that they know, the second prints that they know, the market as they know it, kind of like how we did, but to get the perspective on it. That's one thing I want to do, but I don't ask because of the drama shit. But I'm kind of like, I'm finding a way to do it all, combining it all. But if I had guys like that, I know we know each other. With them, I wouldn't even bring none of that shit.
Yeah,
none of it up. Like we know because we did our thing together and shit like that. And yeah. So that'd be something cool that I'm gonna try to do. And I respectfully understand if they wouldn't come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like how some of the guys I know that I wouldn't ask that I have a good rapport with, like Jim It, because I know the drama is not really, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I hear you. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
man. But I don't know, man. You got I know time is of the essence.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you want to cut it here, bro, we can. Or,
I should probably cut it here. I gotta call this realtor and tell him that. I gotta get back to work or whatever.
Yeah, I gotta give my boys a bath. But hey, bro, cool. Thank you. This was awesome. This is one of the most easiest casuals one we did, and I think we cooked, bro. I think we talked about the market. Did, fuck yeah, we talked about the market, our history. Yeah, the history of the Flipperverse was fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah, I'm happy you allowed me to bring just a little bit of nuggets to your crowd. I mean, your chat was like,
we did good, bro.
Good people in there. I've never met Ben Compton or Sicko. I just followed you on IG, so man, maybe we can, maybe I don't know if your Discord is applicants, but plug me in the link, man. I'm more happy to contribute. Right?
Yes, I will. Yeah. Yes. Oh hell yeah, bro. Yeah.
And here's my thing too. Like, so you guys
more
know,
than welcome.
I mean, you guys know, like I'm a market guy, and like whomever. I'll kind of talk about like our Discord too. Like, so I hate when people lose money, and I hate when people just like throw their shit away or like open up a box of whatever. And so kind of like the reason I do my videos is just because like I don't want people to think that something's worth something or whatever. I don't ever really recommend things, but I'll say like 3 to 5 year horizon, like I wouldn't mind buying this or whatever. But I think I also, my other goal too is just to also say like, oh, if you haven't thought about this book, because this is like me, here's what's going for now. Maybe it's a good deal for you, or maybe you have it sitting in your long box and you need to like pay for a trip to Disneyland or something. Well, I just paid for your trip to Disneyland. I hope people take my content for like what it does. I think I would say, I don't know, there's a couple guys in the chat that are in the Discord as well, but I do stock investments too, and I think some guys made some pretty good investments in the Discord as well. I know that for sure. But I'm more happy to contribute to your show and get you keep growing, man. Like get your views up and stuff.
Yeah, bro. And anytime, dude. Anytime. I mean, if you want to have anytime, you let Pickle.
Thanks, Immortal.
Yeah, I told you. I messaged. I said, hey, you want to ask Pickles and Fedora? More than welcome. If you want to ask Pickles and Fedora to like, we could do like a reunion type.
That'd be cool.
And just
not
hang
Pickles,
out.
Man. Fuck that guy, man.
Hang out and shoot the shit, bro. This is the type. So I like doing this shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, all right. thank you, Ferber. I appreciate it for coming on. And thank you everybody for stopping by.
Yeah.
That's probably it. As I say, it is what it is, and I am the drama king of 2025. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks everyone. Take care.
Yeah.
Hit
All right.
that button. Hit that button.